Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Today we're down at Shine Speed Shop with the one, the only, the man, my friend Jimmy Shine.
Oh, I thought it was Chip Foose. I saw him here earlier.
You're looking around, I was like, who's he about to introduce? Man, this can't be me.
Not me. Hi.
So dude, this one, I'm really kind of obsessed with this car and the history that it has in the time that you've had your hands on it, and now most recently the things you've changed. Let's take a minute and talk about your first involvement with this car 18 years ago.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. This whole project started 18 years ago. This is a 1968 Dodge Charger. It was a 318 car with an automatic.
Right.
And 18 years ago, the production company I was working for, we bought it for a song. This was a purpose-built Bonneville or El Mirage Dry Lakes car. And at that time, I was really heavily involved in it. Our goal was 200 with this car. Had a 526-inch Indy cylinder head Chrysler, or Indy cylinder head HEMI in it. And it was making about 750 on gas. So she had a lot of poop through the 727 torque flight, etc. And again, this is all like Magnum Performance, Ron Jenkins. It was all his suspension designs, all the K members, ladder bars, etc. Willwood brakes, it's Alden shocks. So we built this whole car. I mean, the whole idea was to get it over 200. We ended up out on the way to Vegas off the 15 freeway. There's this big dry lake out there. It's like, boy, that sure is long and flat. We kind of went out there, statute of limitations, I think we can't be prosecuted for it anymore. Didn't really have a permit to be on that lake per se, but it was kind of vague. I was confused is what the problem was. So we went out there early in the morning and we kind of poached this joint. So right there next to the freeway, we set up a course and ran this thing. Made, I think, 4 hits before the police showed up. And they were not happy. Anyway, we weren't there much longer.
Yeah.
But that was the only time this car ever ran.
And you got it up, you said, around 180?
I want to say it was 180 is what I remember. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what I had for breakfast either, but that's another story altogether.
Yeah.
But no, it did really, really well. I wasn't terribly upset. We did 180 in the car. It's like, well, we're gonna be doing more episodes, we're gonna do more, we're gonna go to actual events, all this stuff. And so I spoke to the producers and they said, yeah, that's really cool. You know what, we're gonna just park this for now. We're gonna figure out a better time to debut this TV series with you.
Right.
And we'll give you a call. So the production company owned the car. Really? There goes my car. So it disappeared for 15, 16 years. And I never knew where it went. But then my agent that I do a lot of TV work with, he calls me up and he tells me he's got the car. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This whole time? He says, I don't know what to do with it. There's no engine, it doesn't run, doesn't drive. It's a race car. I have no idea, but I bet you know what to do with it. And I said, in fact, I do. So anyway, we made a deal. I bought the car back and it's been 2.5 years. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a legit steel 68 Charger, HEMI powered Bonneville car with a parachute on it and all that, and drive it on the street just to watch people tip over.
I absolutely love it. So that engine comes out, it's gone, the car sits, now you get the car and you go, cool, now I got to put an engine in it.
Right.
And this is a cool story, what this is.
This is a great story. There was a lot of people involved 18 years ago as well that unfortunately passed on.
Yeah.
One of which was Dick Landy. Dick Landy, Dick Landy. He had a heavy hand in this car as well, and you see his stickers on the quarter windows.
Yeah.
Pete Shapora, SoCal Speed Shop, he was heavy in it. Some of these guys have passed away.
Yeah.
So the car has a pedigree. It really does.
Yeah.
So when I got the car back, it's like, man, you can't take this car. And even though I love a 440, but come on, I can't put a 440 in this. So the hunt was on. I gotta do a 426. She's got to be legit.
Yeah.
So after scratching around for about 1.5 years, the motor or the block came from the Keith Black estate. Everybody knows legendary Keith Black racing engines. So Tom Lieb, Scat Enterprises, they built the knife-edged crank for it. We stroked it, but I didn't want anything stupid. So we kept the compression at like 10 1/4 to 1. It stroked out, it's 494 cubic inch, but it's got all the good whiz-bang stuff in it.
Yeah.
She's not, with just a little bit of timing and on pump gas, we're making over 510 and about 566 torque. These are unibody construction.
Right.
Because the body is the chassis on this
Right,
car.
right.
So we did subframe connectors to connect the front half of the chassis with the rear, added a lot of tubular structures. And again, just by building the roll cage, it adds so much geometry, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The Alden coilover shocks, disc brakes, Willwoods, all that good stuff, 9-inch Ford rear end.
Yeah.
These tires are 32 inches tall in the back.
And they're super skinny.
Right.
And that's for, again, this is one for you guys, like at first look of it, you know what I mean? It looks a little weird. You're used to getting behind a 68 Charger that's been built.
Yeah,
You
big
at least
tire,
got
Pro
like a
Touring.
325, 335 back there, if not more.
But that's a different type vehicle. This
Yes.
being a land speed car, you know, we're out there. A car like this that does over 175 in the quarter qualifies for the long course, which is 5 miles long. And again, we're not on dirt, we're not on asphalt, we're not on concrete, it's salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really flat and really long, but it's really, really fickle and finicky.
What's your gearing on it? Do you remember?
It's a 3.0.
It's a 3.0.
It's a 3.0 with a
ridiculous tall
32-inch
gears.
tall tire. Yes,
Yeah.
super tall.
Yeah.
You know, we'll drive this thing around and like, you know, from one block here to the next, it'll be first gear, second gear. All right, slow down. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of car you go out and you just hammer down and smoke the tires.
Yeah.
It's not a drag car.
Yeah.
It's not a track car. It's not a pro touring. This is a land speed car.
Yeah.
For the purpose of it being a land speed car, my friend Rich over at MagnaFlow,
Yeah.
this is all real big exhaust. So it's all 3.5 inch. Our collectors are 3.5 inch on the headers. We got these big MagnaFlow mufflers, and they're actually staggered under the car. It has a real unique sound. I mean, when she just gets up, 3,000, 4,000 RPM, it sounds like a monster.
Here's one of the interesting ones for me too on this, and I got to guess again. This is because of what it's intended for. Land speed is you do not see the wheel at all. It's just these crazy caps.
Yeah, they're moon discs, and they have got a little bit of shape to them. And again, that's for aero.
Yeah.
So again, they're real narrow. We got the moon caps on them. They're held on with Zeus buttons. These rims were tailor-made wheels.
The whole car is built with what your original intent was. Even like, now is that glass on the windshield or? Mm-hmm. It is glass.
Yeah, they're glass windshields.
Is that functional though to help give it structural support?
Well, what happens, if you look at this car as a profile, it kind of has similarities to that of an airplane wing. These things create lift. So it's not uncommon in past years, it still happens from time to time now, where there's so much lift created with wind going over the car, pulling the windshield out or pulling the rear window out of the car. So those are retaining straps to hold them in so they don't fall out.
So this is all about business here. Like, there's no AC, there's no luxury-based anything here.
No. The jazz race seats, etc. I mean, it's quite loud in there. It really is.
Yeah.
But again, it's all purpose built. We
Yeah.
have side windows. You got wind wings. I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. So what are all the different, like your switches and buttons and stuff?
Well, got our shifter, of course, automatic, park, reverse, neutral, 1, 2, 3. So we got our shifter. Of course, to this side here, we've got our ignition, the buttons for our starter. Then we got a fuel pump, a water pump, and a fan.
Well, I just noticed your gas pedal on.
It's an ass pedal.
Dude, that is
Because
takes me back to boats at the river in like the mid 70s.
No, dude, Boats of the River had those really cool pedals, really big suckers.
Yeah.
That's just,
But you know what I mean?
that's just being corny. That's like a $5 item you get at Pet Boys or
Oh
whatever.
my God,
So,
that's
because you have to have a tow
hysterical.
return on your throttle to bring your throttle back, a manual tow return.
Really?
But I don't know, I just thought that was funny, so I put a stupid foot on there.
Cool, I think that's it, dude. I think it's...
Pretty straightforward.
Let's go get some food and then let's go for a drive.
10-4, I'm in.
Yeah. Here we go. I guess I expected, with such tall gearing, I expected less torque.
No, these motors make all their torque down low. So here's first gear. What do you think?
I mean, dude, that's crazy tall gear. Wow, it's really stiff, huh? Wow, it sounds so amazing, bro.
Oh wait, turn signals.
It really wants to be wide open throttle, doesn't it?
More or less.
Yeah.
It's Mopar approved. Thank you.
And even just cruising at that pace, dude, it's just cool.
Yeah. Well, it lets you know it's got a lot more in it.
Always a joy and a pleasure to get to hang out with and shoot with my friend Jimmy Shine. This car is a legend. The history this car has, just a blast to get to go hang out, go for a cruise, and learn about what this car is. Hope you guys had fun in this one, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, man, later.